and the fixed star Algol, I believe. I don't do fixed stars, but I've seen lots of stuff in the collective about Algol being active and being the thing that is inciting violence everywhere. Besides the fact that Mars is conjunct Uranus, what a shit show, eh? What a shit show we're at right now. All right, I will just wait a minute. Um, and anyone else dealing with this fucking flu? Good morning, April. How are you? Oh my God, it was so good meeting you yesterday. Hey, Cara, good morning. I wish you the best on your journey back to where you're going to go. Good morning, Alicia. How are you? Nice to see you. Oh my God, guys! I don't know if any of you have looked at the news or you've heard what's happening in America or around the world. We've been talking about it for a couple of days. What a fucking shit show. Like seriously. Oh my God, how's that? Like seriously. Actually, I listened to Cassandra Tyndall yesterday, and she was one that first explained about the fixed stars. Something I'd love to learn about, but again, bandwidth. Um, and she was saying that the fixed star that is conjunct Mars Uranus, good morning, Susan, is actually located in the right upper portion of the constellation. It's literally, the star is literally located at the right ear of the constellation that it's in, and he got shot in the right ear. It's like, oh my God, you can't make that shit up. So if anybody's interested in a really good explanation, good morning, Kathy. Go over to YouTube and have a look at Cassandra Tyndall's latest one about the whole Trump thing. She explained it beautifully. So, all right, let's just get into today. All right, so Scorpio Moon, it went in there at 12:53 a.m., so we woke up with it. All right, now currently the moon in Scorpio is square Venus in Leo. All right, so there's already going to be some tension. We just moved off a square to Pluto. So there's still, like I was saying the other day, I usually don't add separating aspects, but because of what's going on, it's still very, very relevant that the moon has been squared Pluto. All right, so but if we do have a look at that, the moon is going deep, and we were talking yesterday with Venus in Leo, it's like, Venus has got her crown back on. All right, so it's like she is now back in charge of her realm, and she's looking at the shit show that is her realm, and there is, of course, there's tension. She's like, oh my God, something's got to transform. Something here needs to be finished. Sorry, so that it can be made different. All right, and here we are in the world that we're in right now. So tough times create tough people. So have a look at the situation from as many points as possible. Like I wrote this last week. I'm just like, oh my God. Um, and to assess how everyone got there, not just you. We are dealing with we are dealing with a society that is on the brink of crazy. Like, everybody is under so much stress. There is so much sensitivity. Like everybody is like freaking out. They're at their wits end. They're at the end of their line, like literally. Money, food, resources, quality of life, the state of the world. Like Kath, we were talking the other day about Australia's defence forces are so small right now. Like if shit comes to shove and we do go to World War III, there's probably going to be conscription. And we're at a point where Venus in Leo, she's got her crown back and she's viewing her realm. Where are you going to stand up for yourself? Where are you going to say enough is enough? You guys up there are the ones causing all of this shit. And we down here, there you are, Kath. Hello, good morning, and good morning, Kathy. Us down here, we can make such a difference, but we must speak up. We must use our voices to say that, the things that we're looking at that are not okay. We must speak out against these things. It's hard. We're all, like I just said, we're all at our wits' end. but we must, like, tough times create tough people. There must be something that we can do. Even actually, what did she say, Cassandra, yesterday? What can you do in this moment alone? You know what I mean? So, okay, by having a look around, it may lead you to a place where real change can happen, possibly even forgiveness. And these people that are driving the car, like driving the boat, driving this shit show, they are only concerned with themselves. Good morning, Amy. How are you? So, now this Mars Uranus conjunction is exact 11:30 p.m. this evening for us. All right, so in America it's going to be 8 hours before that, so that's 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. So I mean, we've still got this tension growing, all right? And like I was saying, this is a full 3 days. Oh, actually, is it one, two? No, it's 2.5 days of Scorpio. Yeah. So, all right. So now in the sky also. Okay, we've been talking about this one for a while. The sun is doing so much. All right, so the sun is sextile that Mars Uranus. So there is like a dynamic energy. Good morning, Sally. How are you? All right, so there is a dynamo happening. All right, and with a dynamo, once it gets started, it can go and continue under its own steam. All right, so there's this unpredictability and violence happening, and once that gets going, it's hard to stop. However, all right, now, the Sun square Chiron, which has been growing, is complete tonight at 9 p.m. So, just before that conjunction, the Sun squares Chiron. Now, this is where the Sun is highlighting all of those wounds, all right? So, all of these countries that are just about to go to war, and ourselves, like, let's look at the as above, so below. Yeah, I just watched something about a cyclone happening over a polar vortex cyclone has left the South Pole and is heading our way. It's like awesome, yay! All right, so yeah, so even like I said, even in our own lives, we are looking at this Chiron stuff. We are looking at our own wounds. We're looking at our hurts, and we can see it from this quarter point of view. Um, I don't know that it's going to be. I don't know. It's a square, so it's a harsh aspect. I think that's just going to poke the bear even more, because these people up there aren't like, oh, we don't want to like fuck shit up, do we? Because oh my God, think about all the people that are going to be affected by this. No, they are just concerned about their own pockets, their own ministries, their own little bit of their own stuff. So that anyway, that is exact tonight at 9 p.m. Now, Mercury in Leo is in conjunct Saturn. All right. So now Mercury is trying to be confident. He's trying to speak words that are going to, you know, my brain's saying put lipstick on a pig, but that's not exactly the right thing. He's trying to make things okay. He's trying to use words that are going to, make the situation oh, Leo, they're all trying to paint themselves better, right? But he's in conjunct Saturn, and that's exact at 7 p.m. Now, Saturn is the government. Saturn is our rulers. It's our own responsibility. It's the structures that we put into our own life. So Saturn in Pisces, which is now retrograde, is like, how can we make these things from the past look better than they are potentially? All right. So and then like I was saying, that Mars Uranus is exact at 11 p.m. and um Mars is trine Pluto. I'm not actually, no, you know what? I'm not going to say that one because I'm not 100% sure of my own notes. But anyway, like we've got those other things. So there is a schmozzle in the air, guys. There is absolutely a schmozzle in the air. And look, at the beginning of the words, I said just grab a life jacket and go with the flow. All right. Now, when I was sort of talking about Tuesday and Wednesday, it's absolutely about objectively assessing the situation. In your own worlds and your own lives. how can you make this a phoenix moment rather than a tower moment? You know, like again with the, you know, the whole, the rest of the world, you know, they are, you know, there has been a tower moment, you know, essentially, like it didn't exactly crumble, but that tower got hit by by a bullet. You know what I mean? That could have been a whole different situation. Like Donald Trump has got the luckiest chart you will ever see. It is ridiculous how fortunate his chart is. Anyway, and this is the situation in your own lives. How can you phoenix moment this? How can you look at those wounds? How can you make the adjustments so that the things that you are saying are transforming your whole life in a way that actually has substance. You know what I mean? You're down there anyway, all right? You might as well heal old wounds. You might as well, you know, you might as well actually get the betadine out and clean that wound out. You might as well look directly at the problem and clean it for what it is. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's there is a lot of tension. There is very precarious situations happening. And I just hope that it's not like that in your own life. I hope that these are just little menial things that you can just address and move on from. I really do. I mean, there's nothing massive going on in my life. You know, like I'm just still sick. I mean, this is hard. This is, you know, I'm a bit over it, but I'm just gonna put another jumper on until I sweat it out again, and then you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. Let's pull a card. Let's pull a card because there's just so much. There's just so much. So, okay, let's just pull a card. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Look at the card I got. I was meant to be back at work again. Oh no, Amy. Of course, because you just went international. Yeah, man, aeroplanes, they are just cesspits, aren't they? All right, I think this is the most accurate card I could have got. Look at that, the devil. And you look at that, you know, I mean, what is being called forth from you? Like, what is it in your life that is being drawn out to be dealt with? You know, you do have the opportunity to I mean, I've always looked at this card and gone, the devil is just so like hot. Oh my god, a little bit of a like yum. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And I mean, you know, look at the dude down the bottom here, you know, like he is in his head and he's letting it all get to him. So, you know, potentially just observe it for what it is. You know, we are in a tower moment in the sky. Like that we cannot escape what the planets are doing. But we can remember I always say about that line, whereabouts on the line are you able to utilize this energy? Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus. You know, maybe, you know, and then that Sun sextile Mars Uranus. Maybe this dynamic energy can be um, shifting your values, Taurus. You know, maybe you can be actively heading towards changing your own environment in a financial way. All right, it's Taurus, it's money. Maybe you can be renovating your garden. I don't know. Maybe you can be putting unusual plants in your garden. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to sort of give you different perspectives so that maybe you can, you know, use this energy in a different way. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is, guys, don't fall into the trap of letting it all get too much, all right? Like I said, grab a life jacket, go with the flow, and tough times create tough people. And remember to just observe your environment and realize that not everybody has got the special insights that people here do. You can look at these things in a spiritual perspective. You can look at these things as outside your own sphere, all right? These are things that are happening out there, and you can just, you can tap into the energy in a different way completely. All right. So actually, physically, this is so interesting. I only just thought about this morning, April. We had coffee yesterday down at the Mouth Cafe. It was so good. It was just brilliant. Cara, April, Ambi. It was so good to meet you. Hang on, I'm just gonna have some coffee. Mm. And we ended up talking about pelvic floor. And where does the pelvic floor reside, ladies? In that area, all right? So the sexual reproductive area. So, so medical astrology wise, I am just going to be bringing up this topic so it can be destigmatized. All right. Now, a lot of us have. I mean, Daniel was 10 pounds. Ben was 7.5 pounds. But with Ben, I had forceps, vacuum, episiotomy, and this is that, like I've worked out for, the last, I don't know, 10 years at least. And as the years have gone on, I've never really acknowledged the fact that I have a pelvic floor issue until yes, well, no, I have. I realize it. I didn't realize how long though, you know what I mean? And I didn't realize how much of a problem it could have been. So, if you have any discomfort and if you have had any children whatsoever, and not even if you have children, like this is just a muscle. It's a band of muscle that in anybody, men or women, can have a loosening effect over time. All right, it's still just elastic. So if you have any discomfort, if you lose a little bit of urine when you cough, if you have urgency when you need to poop, like there's a whole lot of stuff out there that, it's got a stigma and it shouldn't. It's a fucking muscle, all right? So I've just found a woman in Launceston, a female physio that does pelvic floor stuff. So I will be going to visit her. Because yeah, like I said, Daniel was 10 pounds, man. Like I have pelvic floor damage that I didn't realize how serious it could be if I don't address it, even though I've had it for 10 years now. So yeah, there's my medical astrology take and the destigmatization of women's health issues. All right. So yeah, there you go. Thank you, April. It was, you know what? It was eye-opening to just have that conversation and go, oh my God, like I'm going to reach out to Aileen today and go, like, should I stop straight away? Like, like I didn't realize how much of a problem could be. Um, oh my God, I've forgotten my names. Oh my God. I've completely just drawn a blank. Anyway, I'm going to move on. I've been here for 15 minutes now. So, back to the Scorpio moon. Don't let things get to this point where you're just so overwhelmed with the state of your own world or of the world. Just go with the flow, observe things for what they are, keep your crown on your head, view your realm like you have the power to change things, all right? We want the phoenix moment. We don't want the tower moment. So just get out there, own your strength, view things with a bottle of betadine in your hand, fix those wounds so that they don't fester, and just, get on with your day. You are all amazing, and I thank you so much for being here. So, I will see you tomorrow, and you just take care, all right? I'm around today, and, for my coaching group, 6 p.m. tonight, we have our week ahead assessment. It's going to be a big one. There's lots and lots of aspects for this week, culminating in Sunday. Hey, Honey Pat. Yeah, it's big, isn't it? So, all right, ladies, you take care, and I will see you tomorrow.